This spring, there will be 40 new players and 4 new teams competing in the North American League, including 2 former European MVPs. And now to break down those biggest shakeups, let's welcome North America's awesome experts. Kobe, Jat, welcome to the show.
Welcome us.
Hey. Yes, you guys are awesome. Now let's talk about the first team. North America's own Exodia. TSM coming together. They kept Bjergsen. They brought together some of the best talents from across the world. Yellow Star, one of the best sports in the world. Doublelift, one of the best AD carriers in North America. The rest of the roster.
MVPs from
they're just collecting amazing players. So tell me, is this going to work out, TSM, with 2 big carries in the roster now?
Yeah, I mean, that is kind of the big question. You always see teams where they try and put together a lot of star power, and they're not exactly sure if they can work with sharing all the gold and, where does it go. I actually don't think that's going to be too big of a problem, but look at these numbers that we do have from last season.
Yeah, I think the stars they have put on the team are definitely capable of being the best team in North America, maybe the best team North America has ever had, but it's definitely not a certainty because every single member of this TSM team is playing with 4 new teammates and a new coach. Literally everything changed for these guys. So we've seen super teams in the past have slow starts. That could be what happens to TSM in this split.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that it's going to depend on is Yellow Stars taking over the shot calling role, kind of relieving Bjergsen of that burden. How well is he going to work with the rest of the team? Can they get that, communication going both ways? And is it really going to open up Bjergsen to actually unleash his full potential as a solo mid laner?
And how are the egos going to work, right? All of these guys are used to being the alphas on their team. Even if they weren't the shot caller, they always got their way in arguments. Now they have 3 people all in one half of the map that have to share that duty.
All right, so a lot of stars here. We'll see if that can work out with MVP Yellow Star. Of course, we've got more MVPs and more members of Fnatic. Of course, you've got Immortals here, Hootie and Rainover coming over. But alongside Pobelter, Adrian, Wild Turtle, some very good players in this one. It's another... I'm trying to think of something that's not Exodia, but something like maybe Megatron coming together. What do the Power Rangers do?
Oh, they're just the evil one, of the undefeated team from last year. And also, I think the two of the most critical members of Fnatic as well, because if we look at the way Fnatic made their advantages last year, it was through Hoonie and Rainover. Febiven and Reckless would play their lane fairly even, and then the giant advantages created by the top half of the map would carry through to the rest of the team. So I think Immortals has a really good chance of starting off the season really strong because of that inbuilt synergy.
Yeah, bringing over the top laner plus the jungler is actually crucial in importing a duo that already know how to work together. Really interested to see, how Pobelter, Wild Turtle, and Adrian, the rest of these guys can fit into that, because Pobelter and Wild Turtle were these guys in North America who, yes, they've been considered really good for a long time, but they also, they've had their struggles. They've had to climb back from adversity. They've always had a really good attitude, though. So we'll see how they do on a new team.
Yeah, you talk about the bottom lane of former TIP as well. Good at playing passive. Adrian kind of chill there, wait for his top lane to do stuff. Final thing I want to talk to you about is energy here. The big all-star pickup is GBM coming over from Korea, an incredibly strong mid laner in his own right, and it's another team just bringing people together, hoping that it works out.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing GBM first off because he has been as under the radar as you can be for a really good mid laner. Because when people don't follow the LCK, some people don't follow the LCK. You have Faker and Izuhun kind of in that first tier of Korean mid laners. Then maybe you had Coco right below that. But the next tier is GBM, along in the Nagne Kuro tier. And when he transfers that over to North America, it gets really exciting.
Yeah, and the other thing is that he's definitely a hype mid laner for team fights, and I think he does fit into this lineup really well because he's used to working with one of the sort of smaller end of the gold share spectrums for his team. So that frees up a lot of money to be funneled into Altec. And Altec is one of the guys who has been able to carry teams. When he's the focus of the team and they funnel a lot of resources into him, he does perform really well.
Yeah.
Also, then we add Impact onto that in the top lane, and he's already had success in North America. He'll also be able to help Gank by Mom, I think, ease him into the situation.
How strong are those solo lanes going to be? Because if those solo lanes perform incredibly strongly, then the less experienced members of the team like Moon can be in situations to succeed.
I think that is the big wild card here. Yeah. Moon, especially, he's coming from the challenger scene. He did have success in the challenger scene, but he is definitely the fresh face on this team.
Well, yeah, the mix of imports, experienced talent as well as new guys is going to be a really interesting roster to watch for. Guys, thank you very much. We'll see you on Saturday for the NALCS.
Looking forward to it.